Okay, well, I got the fish coming up, so we'll have the big reveal here in a second. In just a couple of minutes, so not too big. Wow, look at there. Not a baby. Not a baby. We're gonna get this guy in. Right in the net. All right, in the net. We'll come back in a sec. Okay, so you can see here, this is why we fish with circle hooks. As you can see, this fish is perfectly hooked right in the side of the mouth. The fish is also very active. As you can see, the fish is not even bleeding right here. So that's why we use these hooks. It allows the fish to be released virtually unharmed and pretty much guaranteed getting hooked right in the side of the mouth there. Okay, so this fish weighs 35.1 pounds. So counts as a trophy, but just barely. So quick talk today about hooks and terminal tackle in general. I use these tactical boxes here, they're called slide locks, and they have the little plastic tab, which super helps. I really love, I've switched over to this hook here. This is a number 10 Reaper hook by Hookers Terminal Tackle. Hookers also makes the Mad Catter, which I do not like as much because I think it tends to injure the fish more. Fish bleed a lot more. I don't think they're as healthy. I use these a great deal for saltwater fishing. These are actually a trocar hook. If you look at that point, it's a cutting point. Very good hook for saltwater fishing with light wire for toothy fish. I use this for a little bit. You can see this is obviously a little bit heavier gauge hook. I use this when I'm shark fishing or fishing for very large toothy fish. That's also a trocar hook. These are just beads I use for sinker stops. I have red and black in here. I use black in saltwater because the saltwater fish will eat the red beads and chew through your line. These are the swivels I use, and I use these when I'm making up my leaders. That is a heavy-duty swivel. Both of these rated over 350 pounds. I use a sinker slider here, and you can see this is probably bigger than what you usually see for a sinker slider. That's because I use 12-ounce weights, which I make myself, which we'll see that in another video. I got a few other things in here. Sometimes I use ready rig floats, and I will use that to keep the bait down below the float. And there's some noise makers there, rattles for setting up your rigs. And then in here are some three-way swivels and other stuff that I use for special rigging. But this is my main box, and the main thing here I wanted to show you was these number 10 Reaper hooks by Hookers Terminal Tackle. Absolute best hook I find. I like the offset too, by the way. You can see that's a little bit of offset. That is 95% right in the corner of the fish's mouth, and you can see the gap here, 2-finger gap, which for the fish I catch, that's about the width of their lip. Lastly here, this is a 16-aught circle hook. I'll use this sometimes when I'm fishing for shark. I'll use about 4 feet of 300-pound wire, and then I have about 8 feet of shock leader, 300-pound mono with like a crimp and a thimble in it. So I make this up when I'm fishing for larger sharks that'll be 7 to 8 or 9 feet long. But this hook is perfect. Never killed a shark. One of these, never gut hooked a shark. And I've caught, even though I've caught 300-pound sharks on those hookers, number 10-aught hooks, but I've caught larger fish with this, but also even small fish on this giant hook, and I've released them alive. So this is a sort of a generic Amazon. It's got a bit of an offset, but it's a 16-aught circle hook. Again, very strong, never bent one, and I've never gut hooked a shark, or pretty much that's all I've ever caught with it, or big sharks, but never hurt one with it.